The best part about Card Party for this channel was the fact that I could meet every single Poketuber from big to small and tell them about the worldwide Pokemon card collection challenge that we started here. I ended up with over 40 cards from 16 different states and 6 different countries from creators like PokeRev, PokeVault, Cool Trainer Ryan, Shiny Vert, Opossum Bud, Danny Phantom, PokeDean, and so many others amongst all the individuals there that were just visiting from all over the world. And I made so many new friends and connections that it was just an absolutely insane weekend. The bright part was I didn't have a single person decline doing the energy challenge. Almost everyone was fully for it, supported it, did their best to draw a picture, did somewhere in the middle of the road to draw one of their Pokemon. But there was one individual that absolutely hated the experience and didn't even seem like he wanted to be talking to me. You can probably guess somewhere in this video who it was due to the lack of effort and not even following directions. I'm not calling anyone out, but he is one of the biggest YouTubers out there, not mentioned a second ago in my quick list of others that are in this pile. So let's get into these cards. After watching the video, leave a comment down below who you think had the best artwork from the weekend and who had the absolute worst artwork from the weekend as well. It's all in good fun. Not everyone's an artist. My Mewtwo that I showed in the first video to launch this project was absolutely horrible, but there are a couple pretty bad ones in this pile as well. So this first stack here is all the United States, and I have it now in alphabetical order by state, not by creator. So depending on where they live, they're going to be mixed in somewhere in this stack. Opossum Bud, you are up first. You drew a Wiglet, you are from Arkansas. And then we're going to get into California. So I do have multiples from different states. I have like 4 or 5 guys I know from California. PokeVault, he knocked out his. Drew a Gengar. He is actually probably in the top 5 for best artworks from the weekend. I just thought this was an overall sick drawing. Ian with Ian knocked out a Jolteon. Jay's Corner, he did a Houndoom. That one is actually also in the top 5 in my opinion from the stack. Really good artwork there. Super Duper Danny, she knocked out a Growlithe, a really derpy looking Growlithe. Some of these do have subtitles because some of the Pokemon are kind of hard to distinguish, but we're not knocking on anyone. It is awesome that she did it. And a lot of these people that are meeting for the first time were also really cool in person, fully supportive of this project and just wanted to help out. Brad TCG, Alakazam, Buddy Gonzo, of course, he is a Raichu fan. You can tell it's a Raichu, a little rough around the edges, but definitely there. Pidgey Boys, California as well still, I think this is the last one, is a Groudon. Powder, he knocked out a Krogunk, he's from Connecticut. Moving forward, we have a stack from Florida. Card Party was in Orlando, so I did get a lot of Florida cards here as well from people that were just local and visiting. Yanni Tsunami here knocked out some unknowns. I was hanging out with him at nighttime a lot down by the bar. Super cool couple. And then his partner, she was doing a Flareon. A little bit better on the artwork there, but super awesome people. We got Ultimate Pack Battle, Little Ditto. All right, this card here was actually kind of an inside joke. We met a gentleman that was visiting Card Party just to kind of learn about Pokemon. He had bought a storage unit, came across a big collection of old WotC cards, and me and my buddy Pete, who is local here, he was down there vending with me. He was vending, I was just attending. We met this gentleman and spent probably an hour and a half at the bar with him, looking through all his cards, helping him price them all out, and just giving him an overall idea sense of what to do with them. He kind of ran conventions all over the country, and he kept saying the Smough word. I actually understand what that means now, but he didn't have a favorite Pokemon. He didn't know anything about Pokemon. We taught him a ton, and he knocked out a card. So this one was just kind of special, just because a random individual that we met now has a new appreciation for the hobby just by spending a couple hours with some strangers. Still in Florida, we got Sergio from Tampa, knocked out a Charmander. Now the next 2 card Pokespiffs, they are both from Florida, Connor and Cooper. They had a table that was set up next to my buddy's table vending. Super cool guys, Derpy Ampharos on that one, and Fuecoco on the next one there. All right, so we're out of Florida. We got Jay Leaves, Atlanta. That's a Metagross, it looks like. And then Shiny Vert, he knocked out a Mewtwo. That's my boy. We were both Mewtwo fans. Shiny was actually really cool to chill with for a couple minutes. PSA Poppy, Michigan on the map. Now, this might be in the running for one of the worst ones in the pile. I might put it second to last just for one of the other creators that I mentioned in the beginning. He is ranking worst in my opinion, but that is a Piplup. I needed to write on the backside of some of these cards what they drew. So, PSA Poppy, drawing skills, subpar, but cool seeing you again. I see him at every convention. And then we got Papa Blastoise. That is a Magikarp. And both these guys are from Minnesota. PokeJack Collectibles, cute little Eevee there. Caleb knocked out a lot. I think that was a Latios, not a Latios. He is from Montana. All right, next up we got the Jersey boys. Pokerev, Cool Trainer Ryan. Pokerev knocked out a Gyarados, and CTR did a Wiglet, of course. Hanger Gang, what's up? Shoalpoke, Long Island, New York. That is actually one of the more impressive ones as well. Kingdra, she had a Crystal Kingdra in her showcase card phone case. That was actually super cool. Mr. Chonkachu, North Dakota. That was another unique state to find. Definitely Snorlax is what he wrote on it. We have an Ohio here from Groudon, and I think that's just a signature. Some people didn't have Instagram or YouTube handles, so I can't really tag them in the comments, and if it's not legible, I'm sorry if I cannot read it. I don't really know what this one says. I think my buddy Pete got this from someone walking up to his table. Bulbasaur, of course, drew a Bulbasaur, so that was a cool one. Awesome dude to hang out with. I do have some content with him buying a vintage card off of him. That's going to be a video later on in the week. And now we have ran into, in my opinion, the worst one and probably the worst experience out of all of it. Now, no one's at fault. Everyone has a bad day. Leonhardt did not want to even look at me, didn't really want to knock this out, threw a signature on it, didn't put his state. I know he's in Texas, and that is a Squirtle. So there it is. Take it however you want. Maybe he just wasn't in the best of moods, but wasn't really digging the energy challenge here, but I got it anyways, and we're throwing it in the pile. All right, so we've made it to Washington State. Just Joshin, that's actually a kind of cool looking Gengar, just the way he used the psychic energy. And then he did give me one of his custom cards as well. This thing is actually really sick looking. The artwork's great. Control Out Bob did this artwork, and I just think they kind of blew it out of the park there for a custom card. Another one of my favorites from the weekend, Play for Second, Washington State. That little Mew is really cute looking. Not Shavam, Virginia. That is a, what was that? Lugia, sorry. And the last one in the stack, Danny Phantom from Wisconsin, is a Chandelure. So before I get into the international countries, I do have two mail-ins that I had from the P.O. Box last week. I haven't had a chance yet. I just got home today. Early this morning, about 4 a.m. It is Monday and that I'm filming this, and I haven't had a chance to go to the P.O. Box yet this week, but I had two from last week. T-Flame drew a little Piplup, wrote "Who's that Pokemon" on there. That is from Ohio, so we have multiple Ohios now, but this is one of the actual first Ohios outside of the second one here, and had a little note, Pokemon, good luck on your challenge. Definitely appreciate you taking the time to mail this into the P.O. Box. The second one is from Joseph. Joe, I appreciate you a lot because he also included on top of his card here, drawing a little Flareon from Ohio, he reached out and asked me if I needed Mirage Stadium for my Skyridge Master Set. I did, included this in the envelope. You did not have to do that, but super cool getting a reverse energy I need for one of my vintage master sets from somebody watching this channel and wants to help with the overall completion of all these Eater Eater sets. And he also included his Testrongs, which was actually kind of funny. We had like the Flareon, Charmander, and there was another one, the Rayquaza on the backside. So Joe, definitely appreciate you mailing in, and T-Flame, you two are the first received at the actual P.O. Box itself. So we're on the last stack. These individuals were all visiting from outside the United States for Card Party specifically. Met a lot of great individuals over the weekend, the nicest people I've ever talked to in my life. And it's just cool meeting people from different regions and areas that all share the same hobby. So We have Blastoise_93. He did draw a Blastoise there, kind of looking like the Kool-Aid Man almost, but he is from Canada. And then we have British Columbia Isaac with the Rayquaza. Now we have Card Buddies. They actually have a shop over in Germany. This was a super cool couple. Sasha there drew a little happy guy. That is a Piplup. And then the other one is Karen _, it looks like X7, drew a Jolteon. Both of these are halfway decent artworks. I like them. They were an awesome pair to meet, along with this couple here who are from Ireland. So Custom Kicks, Daniel, he drew a Greninja he was from Ireland, but he was German. And then his newly married wife was, I think it's Joanne, and she drew a Psyduck there, not a Pidove. They were from Ireland, or she was from Ireland, but she was Polish. They had recently just got married, and they're doing their honeymoon in the United States. I thought that was awesome. My buddy Pete actually gave them a card for a little honeymoon present. So appreciate you two taking the time to draw the cards, and it was just great meeting you both overall. We have a card from Slovakia. Pokegirl is an Nin, and little angry Jigglypuff there. That one's super cool. And then we have Switzerland, Brian, little Teddy Ursa. Last card, Pokedean. He was probably one of the most down-to-earth, cool guys to just talk to and chat with for a few minutes. Him and Vault, I think, were, no offense to anyone else, and probably Shiny, was the 2 or 3 guys that were like the most down-to-earth, willing to take their time, check out the project here, just kind of talk about it, just talk about really anything for a few minutes. And I would love to hang out with any of them ever again because they just seem like cool, chill dudes. But Pokedean, I'm ranking you #1 for artwork. You're mastering your Arita there. The Charizard blowing the flames, and he knocked out the UK. That was the last card in this entire pile. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun being at Card Party. It was a lot of fun knocking out this project specifically at Card Party and kind of spreading the word of it. I'm going to tag all of these people in the comments down below. I'm really hoping some of the bigger creators take a couple minutes to actually watch this video, and I'm not asking for shares or anything along those lines, but if anyone is willing to help, especially if you are in a state or country that I did not just mention, because outside of North Carolina, these are the only ones I currently have. And I have the P.O. box in the description down below. Draw your favorite Pokemon on an energy card, put your handle. I'm happy to tag you. I'm happy to shout you out. And also put your state or country. And weekly or every 2 weeks, depending on how many I get in, we're gonna do these recap videos. They might be shorts if there's only a couple of them. They might be longer videos like this one if I can get 40 or 50 at a time. But please help me out. We're trying to get an energy from every state and every country in the entire world. And I just overall think this is an awesome project. And so far, it's going great.
Don't stop.